us today on a balloon install at a beautiful country house in the Midlands. The first thing that we do then is bring in all of the pre-inflated balloons that we brought with us. So in these bags I have got about 30 layers of 4 balloons, so 30 quads effectively, and they are all different colours. I'm using Qualatex Pearl White, I have Qualatex Chrome Mauve, and then I'm also using the Kalisan Mirror Gold today, and I've got those in 11-inch sizes, 7 inches and 5-inch size. As you can see, Shelby is just putting together the hoop, so she's got all that out on the floor all ready to put together, and it's super simple to put together. It's just a slot in each piece and do the wing nuts up, and it all just goes together pretty easily. It does take 2 usually to put the top piece in because it's quite high up and we need a little bit of extra help to hold it together. So once I've got all of these balloons out the bag, I'm going to start putting them all together into their columns. And the easiest way to do this is to basically just make a column like I would if I was making a balloon stack or a tower or something similar. So what I do is just get all of the balloons and a piece of ribbon. As you can see, I'm grabbing that ribbon now, and I'm going to just pile these balloons up on top of one another until I've got about 7 layers there. I'm making sure as well that I've got all of those balloons mixed up with the colours nicely, so nothing is too prominent, there's not too much white or too much gold visible from the front. And then all I'm going to do is just wrap the ribbon around and just make the columns. Once we've got about 3 columns done, it's time to start putting them onto the hoop. So all we do between the 2 of us is just split the column down the centre, and we just sort of push it onto the metal rod of the hoop, and then it sort of holds itself on. There's no need to twist it or to tie it in with anything at all, especially with it being an indoor display. There's no need for any extra reinforcements with this design. Now that we've got the majority of the balloons onto the hoop, the next thing to do is to add in the 5-inch balloons, and this is really to fill any gaps or where we've got the column put onto the hoop. We'll find sometimes that there are little holes in the design where it's really difficult to sort of bunch it up quite as close as we would like to. So we use the 5-inch and the 7-inch balloons just to fill those gaps and to make it look a little bit more pretty. So the majority of those have been prepped already, so all we need to do is just stretch them into the design. They are 2 sets of little triplet balloons, and they are attached together with half of a 260Q, and that just allows us to have a really easy way of stretching those into the design without too much bother. And then while Shelby's doing that, what I'm going to do is prep the balloons to go across the bottom of the hoop. This is the worst part to do because you'll find that the hoop is really light, and because it's such a lightweight piece of kit, it does lift up a lot. And as you can see, we've got some sandbags on the bottom of the hoop structure already, but because it was moving, we decided we were going to add some more weight to it just to make sure that it didn't lift up off the floor once we'd got those base balloons in. So what we did was got some 11-inch white latex balloons. We double stuffed them so that they were nice and thick, and then we just put some water in them and we tied them into duplets and we draped them over the bottom of the arch structure there, and that just helped to hold that down a little bit more and make it a little bit more sturdy. In the future, if I were to buy another hoop structure, I would probably go for one that was a little bit more heavyweight and had a bigger base on it, because this one is so light. It does have its advantages from the fact that it's easy to carry around, whereas my half arch kit weighs an absolute ton, so whilst it doesn't need additional weighting, it's very difficult to carry in and out of jobs. So, you know, there are pluses and minuses to both of these different things. We did find that we needed quite a lot of 5-inch balloon clusters at the top of the hoop, and I hadn't actually brought with us a second pair of steps, so we had to borrow a chair, which probably wasn't the safest manner of doing this part of the hoop, but it was a case of needs must. So Shelby was really careful and she didn't fall off, so we didn't have to go to hospital or anything, which was good. At first I wasn't too sure about the colour combination that the customer had chosen, but once it was all together and it was all done, it looked absolutely stunning. The chromes really popped against the white of that pearl and it just looked amazing. So once we had got all of these 5-inch in, it was time to get our numbers and pop those in front as well. And this was the video that I sent to my customer so that she could see exactly the placement of the hoop when you come through the door into the room. And look how beautiful it looks. We closed the door back up to prevent a little bit of the oxidisation process from happening, but how gorgeous does the final piece look? I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see this video but in a slowed down form, please let me know and I'll upload that to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon for another one. Take care, bye.